Okay, so the previous video that very few people saw was not very comprehensive. It was kind of rushed, so I'm going to go over in a slightly more rushed version, or just a little more comprehensive of what's going on with this AI trading bot. So right now, it is taking screenshots of all the major time charts relevant to me. And it's saved those, and we can see here it is thinking. It got the current position, and let's see what it's doing. Overall trend based on the 1 hour chart, the price seems to be consolidating, MACD across bullish. The RSI is in neutral territory. 5-15 minutes show similar pattern sideways movement with an indecisive signal on MACD and RSI. Bias is neutral. The charts do not show clear bias. Since I am flat, meaning no position based on my analysis, I will wait for a better setup before entering a trade. Now, I want to that's a good example to first start off with, because that's hard to do. You want to get in there and start making trades, you know what I mean? That's kind of where all the fun is, and where all the money's at. But if you're just gotta wait, you gotta wait. So that's one of the benefits. That's one of the things that this does, because I can tell you personally that just putting a trade in because you want to trade, that's a good way to lose money. And so while it's waiting for its next cycle, I'm going to say how I built it. So the library that I have used for this, the framework, is called Agno. And what Agno is, I'll pull it up. What Agno is a library that allows you to give agentic abilities to whatever model that you assign it to, and that's kind of in their name. They're called Agno because they truly are trying to be model agnostic. And there's a grip of shit you can do. You can do swarms of complex. You can have agents that create other agents and delegate tasks to them. It's pretty cool. And it seemed an obvious choice because the Hyperliquid Exchange SDK is in Python, and Agno works in Python. So, yeah, that's why I use that. Then as far as the model that I'm using, I am definitely using Gemini. That's just a no-brainer to me. ChatGPT is condescending, or talking to you like you're fucking 10 years old, and it just doesn't listen anyway. And the code it produces is shit. So I'm just going to say that. So, Gemini overall. We can sit here and argue that all day. I'd be happy to fill you in on how good it is some days. But anyway, so we're not using even good Gemini. We're not using the 2.5 latest fancy ones. We are using the bottom of the barrel Gemini 2.0 Flash Lite. That is really not meant to be more than assisting your codependent girl write in her diary. I really don't think it's meant for more than that. I'm sure it is, but it's their lowest model, and they claim it as that. And I ended up using that because, well, API calls and having them do 2 calls is expensive. So we're going bare bones, and the performance hasn't seen a single hit. So let's see what this does. Let's make this thing make a trade. Just start over. And the cool thing about starting over is I don't need to give this memory. I don't need to give this a database to work from, or I don't even need it to remember what its past trades are. Providing it with 4 screenshots naturally, it naturally does that. It naturally allows it to see what's happened in the past, and it can see the current position. And while clunky looking, it's actually kind of elegant when you think about it. Although it could be better implemented, Selenium or something. But, so let's run one. Let's see what it does. So I just started. We need to get back to Brave pretty quick. Here we go. So now it's doing its thing, getting the 1 minute. Getting the 5 minute. The 15. And the hour. Let's see what the terminal says. One minute chart, stochastic RSI showing overbought. MACD is bearish. Stochastic RSI showing an overbought condition, and MACD is still bearish. The stochastic RSI is showing an oversold condition, and MACD is bearish. Overall, the market is choppy, but the 1 hour chart shows long-term bullish trend. I'm leaning towards a slightly bullish bias. I will now give my current now check my current position. I'm flat given the analysis. So he's going to go long. Interesting. Okay, I've entered a long position for ETH. Let's see if that's true. And we have a long position, and of course it did something I didn't agree with necessarily, and it's in profit. So there you go. Humans shouldn't be trading because we're just clowns who put the lipstick on all over our face before we make a trade. Say someone who doesn't. So here we are. We are in a trade, and I'm not going to make y'all sit here all night looking at it and making trades. But the core bot is alive, and it's not extremely difficult to set up. Any script kiddie could probably hack it together. You need an API key. You need to be able to connect APIs from language models to other stuff. I highly recommend the Agno library because without that, none of this would exist. And naturally, you want to choose a model that has vision, that can see, and that has tool call abilities. And so Gemini models, they have all of it. And it's perfect fit. And I do not recommend using the Pro or the Pro Flash or any of the 2.5 stuff because you will be eaten alive by their token credits and you'll run out in a day or two. I promise. So this is running bare bones possible. Yeah, no performance impact so far. Come on. It'll pop back up, watch. All the same, I'm really happy with this. I think this is something special. Ever since GPT 3.5 came out, which was garbage, I'm like, how do I make an AI trading bot? Well, this is how you fucking do it. It's gonna take you an evening to do, and there's probably not going to be many of them out there. Either some people don't trust AI, or some people know that AIs are excellent at parsing data and recognizing patterns and placing sensible, emotionless decisions. And they don't really care about money, and they don't really care about you losing money. But what I've prompted it to do is make as much money as possible. Shockingly. I mean, completely sanely. And so what a common occurrence here is that people have asked me, well, does it place perfect trades? No, it doesn't. It places very sound-minded trades. Its explanations make a lot of sense. They're very rational. And sure, I could come up with something like that quite easily. I've been staring at candle charts for a grip. But then then I got gut feelings about stuff, and I'm like, but this one, and then I put in the trade, and it's a losing trade. So that's why it's called BLACKBOX. We don't really know why it's choosing to do what it does, but it's doing it, and I can assure you the win rate is above 90%. So if you are interested, I don't know, tell me I suck and that there's a whole better, different solution out there, because I've yet to find one that actually accomplishes this. This is true control to the AI model. It can do whatever it wants. It can put in the amount. It can lower the leverage. It can not trade if it wants to. So shout out to the people at Agno, and shout out to the Hyperliquid team for letting me use their SDK. I appreciate it. And that's all I got.